What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. We hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Source. How you going, brother? Happy
I'm
Melbourne
very
Cup.
Yes, Melbourne Cup. What was it? Half yours. Got the chocolates in the big cup today. Melbourne Cup, the race that stops the nation, as they call it. And yes, most people would have viewed in and watched it. I was at work, but you know what? Just jump on the apps and 9 now. They had it for free. Obviously, they had the rights this year, Channel 9. So watched it on there, and unfortunately didn't pick the winner. I was one horse off the trifecta, so that was shattering. But what can you do? Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. Gamble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. But it was a good race. It was a good race, and yeah, congratulations to all the connections on getting the win. And I don't know what the prize money is these days. I think it's upwards of $3 million or something like that. Ridiculous.
Jesus.
If not more. So, yeah, crazy.
Insane. There you go, mate. Almost forgot we had to do the podcast tonight, Saucy. That's how well I'm going, mate. With the extended weekend, you just forget that it's Tuesday. So, lucky you reminded me. I was about to just sit down and have a nice cup of tea, ease into the evening, and you're like, oh, what are we calling the show? And I've gone, oh, shit, with the pod. So, quickly just get my son into bed. I'm like, Cristiano, go to bed. Stop suing. Get to bed. And he gave him his milk, shut him up, and I'm in here. I'm happy. Ready to roll. Ready to roll for another week, for 280th consecutive week that we've been running.
20 more runs, and we'll be raising the bat again, mate, for the triple century before you know it.
We might push to try and get to 1,000 weeks, like Ronaldo's 1,000 goals. That's what we could be pushing. That's like 10 years. 10 years? Yeah, 10 years. No more, 20 years.
Double coverage, always bringing the banter and the laughs. Hopefully, for as Dobber records, for another 5 years.
No, 15 years.
15 years. Oh, there you go. Oh, jeez.
We'll be almost 50, the two of us. That's might be when we have to just give the passing of the guard at 50. We'll be like those old heads in the hobby, like Jeremy Lee and all those other Lamons. So
people will be calling us Lemons, I think.
It will be like back in our days.
Already.
Back in our days, we could have bought Evolving Skies for this much, and it went up to this much. We had the opportunity. We talk about which card was Wemby's true rookie card. Probably one that was like 10 years into his career. We'll say that's his rookie.
They're going to say his top ones is his true rookie, even though it doesn't have his rookie badge. You know, it's the first one with his uniform.
Yeah.
It's your logo.
We'll become the Ken Goldens of the hobby in 15 years. If we're still here, who bloody knows? Anyway, let's push on with the show, mate. And as we always do, we start with NBA, and we like to go to the standings to have a look how teams are playing. I saw Wemby yesterday, so I wasn't able to follow too much this weekend. But Wemby went nine boards and 4 blocks in his last game. They play tomorrow against the Lake Show, which they're winning without the GM at the moment. You don't need him. Get rid of him. Trade his ass. Trade LeBron. You got the real LeBron James Jr. That's all you need, mate. If we get 30 years younger, that's all that matters. So,
look, it's good. It's good to see that, you know, our team isn't just folding. Obviously, without Luka and LeBron out there, found some guys that have stepped up, which is what you need. You know, maybe we are going to find some guys that can, play good roles for this team, and we'll see. I have no idea how we defeated that Portland team today with what team we had out there, but we did know Austin Reeves as well, who's been absolutely balling in all-star form, as some say. A bit early, 7 games into the season, if you ask me. But see us building some chemistry, and the record and say I don't think we can win the title, but Would I love to be proven wrong? Yes, I would. Most definitely.
100% you would. But you got guys like Laravia dominating. He's playing really well. Jackson Hayes came back and played well yesterday for you. Luca put on a clinic. Austin Reeves has been playing well. Even Aiden's been solid. And who was the guy today? Smith Jr. I think it was. Was it Smith Jr.? Put on an absolute clinic. Had 25.
Correct.
So very, very interesting the way the Lakers are playing at the moment. You're currently sitting third in the West. And you play against the Spurs tomorrow. You've won 4 in a row. You win that game, and all of a sudden you're half a game behind the Thunder, who are in first, that have started 7-0, the third team in history to go 7-0. So, unbelievable start for them. They're killing it. So, yeah, the other guy that is your boy at the moment that is dominating is Giannis. Well, he's not I cannot shoot bro anymore. He's Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's for sure. Your thought on his improvement once again?
Fadeaway jumper game winner. Fadeaway game winner today.
I've seen that. How happy are you with his...
My internet's cooking it again, Doma.
No, it is cooking it. It is cooking it. It might be a solo show for me, the way we're going. His Saucy's Wi-Fi has turned into my Wi-Fi of old here. It's running off bare bandwidth. Shocking. He's gone. All right, I'm going to carry the show. Let's see what I can do here. Let's just get it on this not this one. I'm going to have to fix it up. Sorry, ladies and gents. No. I did have a custom one in here. There it is. So we get a bit of the background in there. All right, let's keep pushing on. The Bulls, let's go to the Eastern Conference. We've got Philly on top, who've been balling out. Obviously, VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey's been killing it. They got the Bulls in second. Giddy came back. Has been playing really well in that. Bucks killing it. Detroit playing really well. The Heat are in fifth. They're 4-3. Big win today against the Clippers. New York is in sixth. And then in the play-in spot, we've got the Cavs, Toronto, Atlanta, and Orlando. Orlando are 3-4. Boston struggling 3-5 as the notable teams on the outside, as well as the Pacers, who made the finals last year. They are 1-6. Without Halliburton, obviously they traded out Miles Turner as well, so significant impact on their ball side. In the Western Conference, as I mentioned, Oklahoma 7-0, San Antonio 5-1, Lakers are 6-2. Those two play each other tomorrow. Lakers on a current 4-game win streak. The Nuggets are in fourth. Houston on a 4-game win streak in fifth. Minnesota sixth, without obviously Anthony Edwards with that hamstring injury. Portland lose today to drop to seventh. Golden State 8th. Clippers lose as well to drop to 9th. Phoenix in 10th. Notable teams on the outside, obviously Dallas, Sacramento, and the Grizzlies. Hello, Magda. Welcome to the show. Hope you're well also. We're going very, very well. I can change some stuff here, can
I? All right. I should be good now, hopefully.
You're back? All right. I was just running through the teams.
Yeah,
before we do finish up. Okay. Before we do finish up on the NBA, we've got to talk about Glock Morant getting suspended again. Surely he's lost his marbles. They're going to trade him. They're going to have to trade him, Source.
Well, that's the rumor about, if you heard his answer to the press about the coaches and go ask the coaches. It was pretty, just not handled the right way, if you ask me. And I don't know, maybe there's a bit of him wanting out of there, and who knows. But he'd be a good get for other teams. And this is what I mean. You never know what can happen, Doma. Anything can happen. Guys. There's apparently Trae Young. He's going to be out of Atlanta at some point. They'll be moving off him. So Glock deserves a lemon. Yeah, look,
Hello, Vinny.
Vinny. I think.
The great man.
I think. Yeah, he's not the wisest cat. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, as they say, is he?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
He's a great athlete and a great player, but some of his decisions leave a lot out there to be desired. So, look, I wouldn't be surprised if he is traded, Dom, especially after that reaction. And you don't want that sort of culture in your ball club. It doesn't build a winning mentality, does it? I don't know. Let's see what they do. If I was them, I'd be trying to keep him. He's a game changing player. He'd be a good addition with Giannis. Him and Giannis together.
The way he was jacking up shots in the last game, Source, it looked like he was part of the NBA betting scandal. The way he was just putting up those bricks. Oh, he was horrific. It looked like me on a Monday night. When I try, that's how bad my shooting is. Oh, I'm telling you, if I was the FBI, if I'm Cash Patel, I'm sitting there going to one of my field officers, go knock on Glock Moran's door. While you're at it, go search his house for illegal firearms as well, mate. This guy definitely doing a shifty.
On that, we've had a couple caught in the last 2 years. You've obviously had Scary Terry. You've had Porter, and who knows how deep this runs, Dom? Who knows?
There'd be enough of the Mons in the league to be involved. I'm telling you, there'd be at least a dozen lemons. That'd have to be. I reckon you've got a whole tree full of Le Mans involved in this. You got 3 at the moment. What makes a tree? What constitutes a tree? We'll say 20 lemons. I reckon you'd easily get 17. A few young guys coming up, trying to make some extra cash. Want to live the high life of the superstars like KD and LeBron. Maybe you got some living the high life like LeBron that could be involved. You never know. Never know. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens with Ja Morant. He's just another season of him in trouble, and this time early on. So I reckon he's pushing his case early to get traded. So I think he could be on another franchise.
A while to the deadline. So let's wait and see.
He could be on another franchise at some stage this year or next year. That's for sure. All right, so that's it on the NBA. Unless you got any final thoughts. If not, we'll push on. Push on to the
season. I think OKC joined illustrious company. I think they're one of very few teams to start a season 7-0. OKC team, I think it was.
Yeah,
it was. So back-to-back season 7-0, or something like that. But once again, they're looking good. No J-Dub, and they're doing this all with no J-Dub out there.
And also, there was a first round of some of the NBA Cup matches were today. They will recommence again on Friday at 11 a.m. With Boston and Orlando, Cleveland and Wizards. Well, every game on Friday. Oh, no, sorry. Friday, so Saturday here. Apologies. Saturday here, Friday in the States. So every game on Saturday is a cup game. So it'll be every Saturday for the next few weeks. So tune into those games, Source. You can see the crazy floors. Obviously, they got the theme floors, which is pretty sick. And then they'll be playing for the money eventually. And we'll keep tabs on the standings in the cup as the season progresses. All right, over to you, mate, for some EPL if you have it up and running, because ready, as an Arsenal fan, it's another good week for you.
Yep. So we had the games, obviously, starting from the first game of the round and the Sunday morning fixtures. It was Brighton defeating Leeds 3-0. Then you had Arsenal defeating Burnley 2-0. Crystal Palace defeating Brentford 2-0. Fulham defeating Wolverhampton Wanderers 3-0. Nottingham Forest drawing with Manchester United 2-2. Tottenham Hotspur defeated by Chelsea 1-0. Liverpool defeating Aston Villa 2-0. West Ham defeating Newcastle United 3-1. Manchester City defeating Bournemouth 3-1. And Sunderland drawing with Everton this morning 1-1 to round out the game of the round of games, I should say. Another win for Arsenal, another clean sheet, so good to see. 2-0 up at halftime and then just held strong, looking good at the moment. And we'll have a look at the ladder in a second. Then you had, obviously, your boys 2-2 against Nottingham. I'm not sure if you watched the game. I only watched mine.
I wasn't able to catch any of that stuff. I will get onto it, but I've seen the goals and not for anything, Ahmad Diallo saves our ass, but with a cracker goal, man, absolute cracker to equalise. So we got lucky to walk away with a point, to be honest, out of that game.
You needed Ange in charge. If Ange was in charge, you would have won.
Probably around 10-0 if he was in charge.
Yeah. Look, good turnaround from Nottingham. I think they've won a game. Did they win their last game, or they've got a few results since obviously the sacking with Ange? So hopefully they can turn around their season and obviously they're in the relegation zone at the moment, so it'd be disappointing for them if they were to get relegated. Then you had Tottenham defeated by Chelsea 1-0. Good win by them, 1-0 over Tottenham. That will obviously push them up in the table. Then you had Liverpool getting back on the winners list, 2-0 against Aston Villa. So not a sight I like to see. Obviously want Liverpool to lose as many games as possible, but they're not going to lose forever, and they were going to turn it around. They couldn't just, they're too good of a side to keep losing in the manner they were. So at some points it was going to turn. It's probably a good time it turned because they've got a big fixture tomorrow in the Champions League, which we'll get to in a second. But before that, we will have a look at the upcoming round of games, and then I'll have a quick look at the ladder. So to kick off, beautiful fixture for you, Doma, Saturday night, 11:30 p.m, Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United. It's going to be an absolute belter. I might even tune in for that one because I definitely won't be tuning in for my game, which I'll get to in a second. Everton versus Fulham at 2 a.m. These games are Sunday morning.
Yeah, definitely watch that game.
And then you got West Ham against Burnley, and then my game, Sunderland versus Arsenal at 4:30 a.m. I won't be getting up or staying up to watch that. Chelsea against Wolverhampton Wanderers at 7 a.m. And then you've got the games Monday morning, 1 a.m. Sunday evening. Aston Villa against Bournemouth, Brentford against Newcastle United, Crystal Palace against Brighton Hove Albion, Nottingham Forest against Leeds United, and Manchester City against Liverpool, 3:30 a.m. on Monday morning. That's an absolute belter. And it doesn't stop there, Doma. It doesn't stop there. We'll get to the Champions League in a second. The ladder, I'll bring it up. I will bring it up and we'll give it a quick look. You got Arsenal, my boys, on top with 25 points. And then you got Manchester City with 19 points, 6 behind. Liverpool on 18 in third. Sunderland's a big fixture, first versus fourth this week for Arsenal in fourth on 18 points. They're in dreamland, the Sunderland fans, after getting promoted to the Prem recently. Bournemouth is in fifth on 18 points. Tottenham 17 in sixth. Chelsea 7th, 18th also on 17. 7 and 8th is Chelsea, and Manchester United is on 16. Are they on
yeah, we're on 16.
You're on 17.
It's goal difference
as well. So Chelsea, Crystal Palace is 9th, and Brighton Hove Albion is 10th. That rounds out the top 10. If you want to find out more, go check your local Football League app. It doesn't stop there, Donna, because there is Champions League tomorrow, and we will run through the fixtures quickly and give a rundown of the upcoming fixtures. So tomorrow it kicks off at 4:45 a.m. I will be getting up to watch this because I love my Champions League, and I'll be staying up for the 7 a.m. fixture, straight into the 7 a.m. fixture. We have Slavia Prague against Arsenal, and that's going to be a belter. Gamble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. I will just say this. Arsenal will win both teams to score. No, we haven't conceded in 7 games in a row. And Slavia Praha, you would think if we're keeping teams in the Premier League to nil, you'd think we'd be able to keep them to nil. Now, I'm not saying, this is all gamble responsibly, but I feel it is a good bet. I think around about $1.80 or $1.85. So, once again, gamble responsibly. Maybe even backing the 2-0, 3-0 is not a bad bet on the correct score as well. Then you've got Napoli against Eintracht Frankfurt, and then that's at 4:45 a.m. as well. So I'll be keeping up with that too. And then you got Atletico Madrid against Union Saint Gilles. Which I mispronounced last week, was coming from some Nordic country. It actually comes from Belgium when I double checked that after. So I want to get that in the record. It's a Belgium team. I said it for fucking Norway or Sweden or something. Then I've checked after the show. I've got you absolute lemon. So I'll give myself a little lemon for that from last week, or the other week when there was Champions League fixtures. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. And then you got Bodo against Monaco, Juventus against Sporting Lisbon, Liverpool against Real Madrid. That's going to be a belter. That's on at 7 a.m. So if you're getting up a bit early for work, make sure you tune into that. And then you got Olympiacos against PSV Eindhoven, Paris Saint-Germain against Bayern Munich. That's going to be a belter. And then you got Tottenham Hotspur against FC Copenhagen. Then you have Thursday morning, you got Paphos against Villarreal, Karabag against Chelsea, Ajax against Galatasaray, Benfica against Bayer Leverkusen, Club Brugge against Barcelona, Inter Milan against Kairat Almaty, Manchester City against Borussia Dortmund, and Marseille against Atalanta, and Newcastle United against Atletico Bilbao. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big week of football. You got Champions League. You're going to have Europa League. I don't know if it's Europa League is this week as well, or they alternate the week. I don't know, but it's just there's football everywhere. And this period, this next month, 2 months, it's going to define seasons because, as we know, especially in the Premier League, the fixtures ramp up over December and January. So it's going to be a big 3 months of football that's going to define seasons, and teams are going to be let down, and there's going to be fans let down, but then there's going to be fans rejoicing, I'm sure, Dom. So make sure you tune in.
Hopefully you're one of those fans rejoicing, Saucy. So let's just hope.
Look, I have to pray that Arsenal does something for me, because they're the only team that I follow at the moment. Actually, I will say the Colts as well. Before we
lost this week as well.
NFL, I know they're lost, but they're 7-2. We're not going to have a perfect season. Come on, we're 7-2. We're looking.
The Lakers are looking good.
7 games into the season, at least the NFL's halfway through the season. They've played 9 games. There's 18 games.
But what I'm saying is consistency amongst your 3 teams currently playing at the moment.
Yeah, no, look, I'm happy. Look, obviously I've got a few that are still letting me down, but what can you do?
My Dolphins are being churned into tuna cans at the moment, so they're no good. The Man United is the most inconsistent team of all time, and the Heat are playing run and gun offense in the NBA, which I like. I know, well, they're not playing at the moment. But they suck. I know, but the women's team's good.
The women's good.
They'll just keep winning. Let's get to the chat quickly. Mick the Middleman, how you going, mate? Global, g'day, how are you? He said African nations coming up soon also, so stay tuned. There's plenty of football everywhere. There's football everywhere.
There you go.
All right, let's get to F1 source, because there's a race this week. The Brazilian Grand Prix at Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. That is on Monday, the 10th of November at 4 a.m. source. That's all I need to say. 4 a.m. Monday, the 10th of November. Tune in, be there or be square, as they say.
You never know, mate. I may have a little bit of an illness. It could be going to bed Sunday early. You wake up 3:30. You've got one screen on Manchester City and Liverpool, and then you've got the F1. You've got the other screen. I've got 5 screens in front of me, Dom, right here. So I've got plenty of screens.
You do. You got plenty of screens.
But, geez, I don't know. It's just, especially F1 at the moment, it's getting juicy, Dom. It's getting juicy at the top
4
there.
races left.
You called it weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now on the show that said Piastri was not winning. I think we're going to, and you even said last week you were confident, but I think now we're really putting a line through him. It's done. Like, sorry to say, they're sabotaging him, and that's the facts, right? They've been sabotaging him all season. The fact they didn't defend this guy and make sure he's not way in front, he should have been over 100 points in front. At this point, he should have, been, he just got to finish in the top 6 in races, and he would have win. It's shocking.
It's sad to see. Global says Oscar drives over Lando in true Max style. Well, I'm telling you, if that was to happen this weekend, at the end of the weekend, then if Max was to win this race, he would be 5 points behind if they both crashed each other out. And I'm telling you, if they crash each other out, Source, I reckon the betting agencies with Max Verstappen behind, they could all pay out. That's how confident the betting agencies might be. If he goes 5 points behind with 3 races left, they might just say, just take our money, mate. Just take our money. Yeah, I think he will. I think he will too, Global. I'm telling you, you just don't want Max Verstappen behind you. You got 2 guys. You got teammates up there.
Graphic. We should have made the graphic. We should have made the graphic again.
The shark. I might have to get it back. I might have to get it back. I'll get it back. I'll get it back, Saucy. But I'm telling you, you don't want 2 teammates up the top that have had a bit of an icy relationship throughout the season. 4 races left. You don't want they're a point in it to win the world championship, and Max Verstappen's just behind going, come on, boys.
He's driving the bumper cars at the rodeo fair, and he's just going to go bang.
Well, Max is loving it. Max Verstappen is literally going. In every interview, he's just going to be baiting both of them. He's going to be playing them off each other. He's going to be like, if you really want it, you don't listen to team orders. You should be going out there and getting it, mate. If I was Max, that's what I'd be saying, mate. I'd be just revving up at both of them. That's just sitting back, let him crash, and then come driving through. A wave on the way through. How you going, gents? How you going? Yeah. You just drive through like, hey, you going? How many world championships you got? Yep, fucking 0, and I've got 5.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Oscar leaving for Ferrari. Well, we end up finishing 5th, where he's finishing now if he goes to Ferrari, so it'd be no difference. What are they going to do? Get rid of Leclerc or Hamilton? I don't think so either, to be honest. But yeah, tune in 4 a.m. on Monday. It's going to be a cracker. All right, let's get to the NFL Source Week 9. And it started with Lamar Jackson putting on a clinic against the Dolphins. They defeated us 28-6. The Bears beat the Bengals 47-42 to go to 5-3. Source. The Bears 5-3. The Vikings beat the Lions 27-24. Vikings up to 4-4. Lions to 5-3. The Panthers get a huge win over the Packers 16-13. Broncos over Texans 18-15. The Patriots defeat the Falcons. They go to 7-2. Source. The Patriots are 7-2. Yes, you heard that right. The 49ers defeat the Giants. The Colts lose to the Steelers. The Chargers defeat the Titans. Titans are now 1-8. The Saints are also 1-8. They lose to the Rams 34-10. Jags over Raiders 30-29 in a close one. 38-14 win for the Hawks over the Commanders. And the Cowboys get slapped by the Cardinals today. But the biggest game, of course, was the Chiefs v. Bills. And Mahomes could not get the job done against Josh Allen and the Bills Mafia. They win 28-21 to go to 6-2. The Bills and the Chiefs
We
drop to
always know
5 and
Kansas
4.
wins the big games.
They win when it
They haven't
counts, Sauce. They win when it
They
counts.
haven't had the best start to the season, 5-4, so they've got a bit of work to do.
They just keep rolling along. They'll be fine. Games this week, we've got Raiders at Broncos, Falcons at Colts. They need to bounce back there, the Colts. Saints at Panthers, Giants at Bears, Jags at Texans. Well, if you thought it couldn't get any worse for the Dolphins, it is Bills at Dolphins this week. So just rolling from Baltimore to play against the Bills. Ravens at Vikings, Browns at Jets, Patriots at Buccaneers. That's a cracker game, 7-2 versus 6-2. Cardinals at Seahawks, Rams at 49ers, 6-2 versus 6-3. So that's a big game. Lions against Commanders, Steelers at Chargers, Eagles against Packers, and the bye, Cincinnati, Dallas, Kansas City get a bye this week, and Tennessee, who are 1-8 and absolutely stinking up the joint. That's it, Sauce. I think there's anything else to report for the NFL at the moment. A few interesting results, but it's plugging along
After
quite
next
nicely.
week, we will have to do a bit of a look at the standings and the divisions
Yeah,
and
we
see
will.
how they.
We will. I think we will, Saucy. All right, I'm going to throw it to you for UFC.
UFC on the weekend, we had a fight night at the Apex, and I've got the results ready. I was prepared. Here we have it. We had Garcia against Onama, and Garcia gets the win in the first round with a KO. So big win there in the featherweight division. And then you had Waldo Cortez Acosta defeating Ante Dilja with a KO in the first round. Then you had Jemiah Wells defeating Thembo Gorimbo with a unanimous decision. Unfortunate for Thembo. Themba Gorimbo, our guy. Unfortunate for him. He will bounce back, hopefully. Then you had Isaac Dolgarian defeated by Yander Del Valle with a submission in the first round. And then Charles Radike defeated Daniel Furunza, submission in the first round. And then Alan Nascimento defeated Cody Durden with a submission in the first round. That rounds out the main card. Check out the other results if you wish. As you can see, ufc.com/events. You can go. And this weekend, November the 9th, you got Bonfim against Brown. It is another event at the Apex welterweight division. Randy Brown against Gabriel Bonfim. Then you got Matt Schnell against Joseph Morales. Muslim Selkilkov against Urso Medic in the welterweight division. Chris Padilla against Ismail Bonfim in the lightweight division. Then you got Ricky Simon against Renoy Barcelos, bantamweight division, and then Christian Leroy Duncan against Marcelo Tulio in the middleweight division. Let's have a look and see if there's any Aussies down here. No Aussies in the prelims. So check it out. Prelims kick off from 8 a.m. Main card kicks off from 11 a.m. on this Sunday from the Apex. That one should be on free viewing, not pay-per-view. So check it out this weekend. I just want to see. All right. So yeah, in 2 weeks' time, big card. It's
a
headline
massive card.
Jack Della Mandalena against Islam Makhachev. We'll see. We'll preview that card when it comes up in a couple of weeks. So we're looking forward to that one in a couple of weeks' time.
Beautiful, Saucy. Love your work. All right, we're going to roll on into Global says, did you punt on the cup? I didn't. Saucy mentioned at the top of the show that he was one off the trifecta.
Yeah, one off the trifecta, and I backed a couple of roughies, to be honest. After last year's, I did back a couple of just roughies, anything that was more than 15-1, and I probably backed about 4 different horses, and then I had a crack at the trifecta, and then my mate sent me his absolute Hail Mary that had 7 horses in it that was all top 10s, and it was paying 100-1, and I had a little cheeky $10 on that. So done my absolute balls, but that's the way it crumbles sometimes, mate.
That's it. All right, so let's get to some hobby talk. We've got a few things on the card, not too much happening. A bit of stuff happening in the TCG space, but I wanted to just start here. Let me share my screen. Tops 2025 Dynasty F1 Saucy. F1, we love it. Yeah. This is one of our favorite products that we've never bought a box of, but seeing as we've pushed F1 so heavily on this podcast, have a look at this sauce. 75th anniversary, obviously, on the cards. Look at these filthy patch autos. There's Max Verstappen, dual relic autos. Look at this. Antonelli.
They're on card, are they?
Yeah, yep. That'd be Antonelli's rookie as well. It's his rookie card. Look at this legend source, Jackie Stewart. This is what we've been saying we need. We said
from ages ago.
There you go. One Pablo Montoya. Oh, they got the piece of the metal in their source, the gold. Let's just hope they don't fall out like Panini with the impeccable. Was it impeccable?
Yes.
There you go. Cards per pack. What to expect. There isn't a checklist here, of course. But I did want to show something, Sauce. I wanted to show everybody this, because this was hit. I know, is it first look? This is what you can hit in the product when it releases on November 19th, Sauce. Have a look at this. Ayrton Senna's first auto trading card ever. Look at this. Is filth.
There you go.
Look at that.
It's obviously a previously.
Looks like a stamp. It looks like a envelope with a stamp on there.
And it has an Australian stamp on there. If I'm not, is that say Australia? The stamp?
Let me see when it goes back through again. Yeah, it might be, or Austria. It could be Austria or Australia, but I reckon it's Australia.
Who knows?
No, it's just 13th of November, 1988. Let's have a look. F1 Grand Prix, 13th of November, 1988. Let's have a look. Was 82 lap race was won by Frenchman. It was Prosper. It was the Australian Grand Prix source, 1988.
There you go. That's an amazing piece. Obviously, we've seen this before. They've done this with old baseball guys. You know, obviously they've passed away. Babe Ruth has had a number of these type of cards where they'll get something where he signed an envelope or some other piece that maybe someone had sitting in their collection. They verify the autograph and then they put it into a trading card like this. It's actually amazing. It's actually really, really amazing, to be honest. Yeah, look, it's a pretty cool product, if you ask me. And look, it was something that we called for ages ago when they brought out the first Topps Dynasty way back in 2020. We were saying, you know, it would have been so cool to have some vet sort of guys in there and older guys. And obviously, Ayrton Senna is only going to have, I think that's a 1 of 1, and there's only one of those in the product. I would be interested to see what that fetches for if someone does hit it and decide to sell it. But yeah, look, pretty cool. I'll be interested to see. There's no full checklist out for it, is there? Yeah.
No, there wasn't. But
when that comes to light, we'll have a look at it at some point.
A few comments. Global says they're sick. Filthy Card says, Vinny, get on Whatnot for some breaks. Any Weber in the checklist? Couldn't find the checklist, so I'm sure there might be. Who knows? And then Vinny says, hopefully the boys from Trident get some to break. That'll be epic if they do. And we can tune in and watch Gavalas go off his nutter.
Yeah, he's an absolute gun.
If anyone deserves to hit this card on a stream, it is Gavalas. He would explode.
He'd explode.
He would explode.
With his sunnies on, with his shades on.
With the speed dealer shades. He'd be going off his head. That'd be great. If Lukey could hit that.
But yeah, global. Once we know what the checklist is, we will obviously have a look at it when we'll follow it, and when it does come out, we'll have a look at it on the show and check it out. And it'll be interesting to see what other guys they have in the set. Yeah, look forward to it.
Next one, Source. Obviously, if you see the title of the show, Pokemon is hot at the moment. It is flying in the lead up to the release of Phantasmal Flames, which comes out next Friday.
What are you talking about? It's dipped, mate.
What do you mean?
I'm just being a bit sarcastic because there's some people in the community that are like, oh, but it's dipped. Yeah, it's dipped, but mate, have you seen how far it's come in the last 12 months? Of course it's going to dip because nothing ever keeps going up forever. Everything that goes up must come down at some point. It never works like that. If you're new to the hobby, just know it never works like that. It never keeps going up. It always cools off, always. So just sometimes you got to be patient and not get caught up in the hype at times. So
this card here, French collectors claim to have pulled this Mega Dragonite from the upcoming Mega Dream set, which is scheduled to release after Phantasmal Flames. But the big question remains, is it real? This is the card in question. Is a Mega Dragonite EX from the Mega Dreams collection. Obviously, it's going to release in the Japanese product first as well. And you can be sure we'll be getting some of that to break at double coverage breaks as well. So stay tuned for that. But I tell you what, you're leading in from Charizard to Dragonite Source. Doesn't get much more popular than that to get the collecting juices going in the space. So yeah,
they know how to build it up, don't they?
They know how to build sets. They're pretty good at it.
I've got a feeling this era of this sets that they're bringing out now is going to be really good. Like they've already hit it out of the park with the Mega Evolution set, some banging cards in there, and I feel like this TCG era of Mega Evolutions and this proceeding of sets, it's going to be very, very good. You know, we just had the first one, Mega Evolutions, and we're going to have Phantasmal Flames, and then this Mega Dream. That's 3. You know, they've rounded off the Scarlet and Violet era. That's done. That's been officially, closed. Went from 2023 into 2024, and now they're obviously running this Mega Evolutions 2025, probably deep into 2026. And I'm excited to see what is to come, as we've seen the Mega Dream there, and we know the Charizard's to come next. It's a small set. I think the next set to have these smaller sets to collect, I think it's good, Dom, because you can't always have a set like Prismatic where it costs like $5,000 to complete the set.
Correct.
Right? You need to have some smaller sets where, all right, you're going to have one big card, the Charizard. That's probably going to cost you $1,000. But probably the other cards in the set are probably going to be a bit cheaper, and you're probably going to be able to complete the set for $3,000 or less, not $5,000 or what Prismatic is now. And then you have a look at some of these other sets that you go back that cost to complete them now if you wanted to complete them. It's ridiculous. So yes, Vinny, I was going to mention it. I was literally about to mention it after this. There is an AFL release this Sunday, Eminence, which you can check out. You can get boxes, just like I'm going to try to get some boxes. And we do get some boxes, we will be breaking them. If we don't, we will have some boxes because I've already secured some. But hopefully we can have a few more. And if obviously
we'll be listing those,
we can break them as hopefully as cheap as we can, and hopefully hit some big cards. You're obviously chasing the DPSs in this set. They have done it a bit different. They have, I think, increased the print run and maybe decreased also maybe the cards per box, but it also costs less per box. It's only
$215 a box.
$215, does it say?
Yeah.
So $215 a box. I think it releases this Sunday 7 p.m. If you got the SCC membership, you're guaranteed 4 boxes. So there's that as well. I think I wanted to buy an SSE membership, but I think I missed out. Again, I think they just sent them on sale like a couple of weeks ago. I missed out. How much is a box global? $215. And I believe it's this Sunday, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Source.
There you go. Yep. So
there you go. 7 p.m. Sorry, general sale.
Ready.
Right.
Have your address details saved, your card details saved, and hit it. Most definitely. So
check it out.
Yeah,
you can head over to.
It's worth having a crack and getting a box. If you can get a box directly from Select, it's going to sell out pretty quick, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're not on there ready to go when it hits 7, you might as well not waste your time going on 3 minutes past because it's probably sold out.
That's a link in the chat, ladies and gents. You can head on over there in the actual product listing as well. You can hit the notification button, but you can also watch the stream announcement. So they'll give a bit of a run through of the cards that you can hit. So a bit of a run through on the cards you can hit through the stream announcement on that. So
they did a membership on their Facebook. So if you go check out their Facebook page,
it's an application. Here it is.
Yeah.
There you go. New applications for 2026, late November, global. So you just need
to what it says?
Stay tuned. Yeah.
So you can't click on anything? No. Because I sent them an email to find out when exactly.
Yeah, it's first in, best dressed. The other thing as well, while we're here, of course, huge news. The first person that came to mind was obviously Maddie Cams, a big friend of the show, was this.
There it is.
NRL and Select.
Hey, you should be happy. NRL fans should be absolutely stoked. I'll probably be buying some product because
I'm going to buy some product too.
The fact of the quality that we know we get from Select and what they produce in AFL, you're going to get that same quality in NRL. You should be excited. Select does a great job with the AFL product. So I couldn't be happier when I buy cards that are Select brand. And opening their boxes, I think they do a great job. So, SSE 2026 not open for new members yet. Yep, great call, Vinny. I actually emailed them to find out when it opens up. So we'll see.
It's an announcement late November for the membership on that page. It says late November announcements. So you just got to stay tuned and be ready to go when they do announce when they're going to open it up, because it's going to be first in, best dressed again. So 2026 memberships even says here applications later in 2025 for the NRL. I don't know if there's a collectors club. Yeah, announcing late November new applications. So stay tuned for that one. What do we else we got? Hello, Cross-Up Collector. Welcome. Global says I'm surprised there's no more MotoGP cards. Well, it just hasn't taken off. They need a Netflix series behind those riders, and it'll change, I think, a lot of the outlook. Vinny says, I saw some boys on Whatnot in the UK breaking Premier League darts boxes. Might be cheaper product than the Littler drop. Definitely probably would be.
I had a look. Were they Panini brand? Because when I've Googled it, Vinny, here on my screen, it says PDC Darts 2025 box, from what I understand. So I don't know how much they were or whatever it is. Let me have a look here. There's another website. The Panini website's down at the moment. So PDC Premier League Darts. I think this is the product. So obviously I'll just bring it up. I think this is the one he's talking about. It says
tops. Vinny says tops.
Oh, okay. Not this.
What's this is new.
I don't know. This is on the Dart Depot here in New Zealand. This is a New Zealand-based website, and it says PDC Premier League Darts Trading Cards Premium Box. I didn't want to watch the video because we'll get done for copyright. But 10 packs with 8 trading cards each. A total of 80 cards, pure collecting power. 1 guaranteed autograph card in every box. 4 numbered parallel cards, really rare. 2 pink cracked ice parallel cards. They shimmer so brightly that your eyes will sparkle. They're selling you complete junk in that sentence there. Collecting fun with thrill. You will never know exactly which legend you will draw. Right, so that seems to be it. There's a checklist here which I could have a look at, but I had no idea about this set, and it's actually got me excited to buy a box, Vinny. I don't know if they don't have license to certain guys. There's big Lukey. Oh, well, it's PDC. They must have license to all the PDC players. Sure.
There you go.
Oh, they could have used a more modern photo. That was when he was overweight. He's lost a lot of weight since then, Luke Humphries. Like, that's pretty good. It's hectic, actually. I think they've just slapped stickers on there, so that's unfortunate. But what do we expect? There's my guy there. There we go. You know that guy there is the same age as Ronaldo. That's all.
Which guy?
This guy. Stephen Bunting.
He looks better than him too.
But yes. Tops. Okay. I think that's it. Tops. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that is the one because it seems to be. Did Panini get the PDC
Feel the power, Taylor Auto, the GOAT, says Vinny.
License. Yes, Panini secured a multi-year licensing with Professional Dart Corporation, announced on August 2024. I believe we talked about this on the show. I reckon.
We did. Speaking of Panini, while we're on the topic, as mentioned in the chat, and obviously there's a bit of chatter, potential buyout from Topps, which Panini's come out and made a statement and said it wasn't, and it's not going to be happening. But could we be foreshadowing the inevitable source with Topps, fanatics just loading up to be the monopoly man and buying out everyone? Your thoughts?
The complete monopoly. That's what it would be, Doma. The complete monopoly. Wouldn't it? So I hope not. I really hope not. You know, we need competition. Because when there's no competition, you're forced at the hand of the beholder, and that beholder being Mr. Rubin and the fanatics, and you know what they decide to do will be it. You know, we need disruptors in the space. You know, we need more Tyson Becks. You know, other guys having a crack like that. You know, doing that type of work and disrupting the space. Because if we don't have competition, we are just going to get fed ordinary, you know, sets and products and things like that. And we're seeing a little bit of it now, if not a lot of it in parts. And it's disappointing. But at some point, we're sort of stuck, aren't we? Because they've bought up all the licensing. So they have actually a lawsuit against each other. So I don't know how that's going to work. They're suing each other at the moment. So I don't know how they're going to buy each other out. But you're going to buy them out when they're suing each other. Cross-up collector, bring Upper Deck back to basketball. That would be amazing. But I just don't know if it's going to happen. You know, I think it's always going to be, you know.
Vinny. Very funny. Magda was asking about AFL boxes, and he said, mate, stop Googling girls and catch up. You're about 10 minutes behind. He said to Magda, because we covered evidence, and he's posted the comment about 10 minutes later. And then Vinny's put here, he said, excited from Googling Saucy's UFC girl from last week, or the AFL boxes. The associations need to allow multiple licensing. It won't happen because it all comes down to money. There's no profit sharing in the cards model at the moment when it comes to certain like sports. There's no profit sharing, unfortunately. It's just, monopoly. That's the way it looks. My thought is it's the inevitable. I think they'll get bought out eventually. when the price is too good to be true for the owners, they'll just sell it. They can see the writing on the wall with Fanatics and how they're dominating the space now. They got like Fanatics Fest and they're just putting on a clinic. So if Panini can't keep up, they'll end up flogging it off eventually. Vinny says, I buy NASCAR boxes hoping one day that MJ signs a card for his team he owns or just to get one with him in it. There you go. He does own a team. The GOAT, Michael Jordan. Last but not least, Panini has more than sports cards. Yes, they definitely do. They definitely do. And they also do stickers as well. Stickers are still massive in Europe, so they're still doing all that.
Yeah, they've actually. I'm actually looking at Panini's website right now. They have quite a bit of stuff on there for sale. It's some of it ridiculously priced, but yeah,
well, it is no surprise. All right, this Sunday, Source, November 9th, CardCon Melbourne at Westgate Indoor Sporting Complex, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Source, 61 Doherty's Road, Altona North. And I hear that you're there.
Yes, I'll be there, set up, ladies and gentlemen, at the show. Come check us out, double coverage, and we'll be obviously have our breaks there, and we'll probably have some specials on the breaks. So if you come,
we're actually going to be selling.
You'll be able to get at the show, and then obviously I'll have some cards there to sell, ladies and gentlemen. I won't just be flogging your breaks. I'll have some cards in the case, in the showcase, and bring it along and see how we go.
But we will be selling breaks there. And for those coming to the show, Source, they may or may not have access to Phantasmal Flame breaks at the show. They may be listed at the show.
There we go.
So if you're there, you're in
lock it
for
in
a bit of a treat.
As soon as we can get it, as soon as we can get the stock, we want to break it on release date, albeit we're able to get it on release day. We should be. It's meant to be.
Well, we're guaranteed 4 boxes on release day, us two. So
there you go.
If we sell the breaks, they'll be broken on the Friday.
That's what we want.
So
that's what we want.
There you go. Global says he used to play indoor at that stadium when he was a young chap. He would have been a superstar, mate. Cool. The Greek god, that's what they called you on the pitch, mate. I got a few yellow cards in indoor soccer. Magda, I reckon you'd be an absolute nutter playing indoor soccer. You'd be kicking people's shins, not the ball.
He'd be a big hack, Magda. He'd just come in with the Roy Keane-esque.
Oh, it's wiping off players, mate. Vinny says his team is maybe doing an upper deck only 2311 racing series. Only if they do buy. If they do, buy. There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Magda says there's Drew Petrie 6 in the new AFL set. Frank the Tank. Drew Petrie. Very nice. Very nice, Magda.
What? I think it's always good when they flash back and get, obviously retired players and vets and things like that have, come and gone in the game, whether it be any sport. We call for it in F1 and they've delivered, and it's good to see. And call for it here in the AFL. Well, not in the AFL. They've been doing it for ages in AFL, but it's always
great, mate. Select are champions at doing this. Yeah, they're just guns. They're just guns. Genuine jets.
They come up with great concepts.
Oh, look at this. Magda, left back. You any good, Magda? You want to come play? He's like Marcelo. Oh, we'll take you in the Churches League, mate. I'll recruit you right now, Magda. You can carpool with me every Saturday. We can talk about North Melbourne in the car. We'll talk about North. I'll talk to Julia to send me a list so you can Google in the car. Hands-off
who
policy,
hasn't
though,
been banned
Magda.
from Brunswick futsal for punching on, mate? I know that many people just that's standard, mate.
If you're interested, Magda, let me know. Global, did they start it? If so, it's okay. Well, you would definitely be a nutcase playing soccer, Magda. If that's the case, you probably wouldn't last a game in the Churches League. You can't say Jesus, you know that. You get carded. So,
Oh, jeez.
you know how much of a stretch that is for me.
Jeez. What about if you go, jeez?
No, you can't. Global says he flips out. Jeepers creepers. Here you go. I'm the president at Anglevale Soccer Club. I think we brought up the soccer club on the show once before, didn't we, Vinny? I'm pretty sure we brought it up. He said they're going into the state league next year and he needs a striker. Well, you know who plays striker on this show. So, depends what the contract offer is. I might come down if you want to hack.
Burger and fries, mate, per game. Manny, yes, need Sauce to record you. Yeah, next season I'm going to record some more footage.
You should have. You had to.
Pre-season.
No, you had to record me last year. You came my first season in my second game. In my second game that I hadn't played in 10 years. You had to come last season. I only played 6 games this year. I got injured. But you had to come last year.
I need you to have a good preseason so you can.
Last year was the season. I don't think I'll ever play a season as good as I did last year, to be honest.
Oh, no. Now he's talking himself out of it. He's talking himself out of it that he can't do it again. Come on, that's not how Ronaldo would think, mate. Come on, mate.
No, I was just saying. I'm just saying that was genuinely.
Mentality. Come on. That's not the Sui. That's not the Sui. That's not the Sui.
I'm not the Sui, am I? No, it's a Messi's mentality. I know.
Just quit on your team. Just quit.
I quit on my team. No, I get cards for my team, man. I never quit on my team. I ended up coaching him. I turned into Ruben Amorim for the rest of the season. Couldn't win a game.
You gave him one. You gave him one absolute peach of a speech. One game, and you got the
we
result.
got the draw. Yeah, that's right. That's right. When I told them that the opposition was tired, just made them believe absolute dribble. I spoke absolute crap. And they believed it and they played well. And I didn't even say anything. I told you after the game. It's on this podcast. None of my teammates listen to this, but if they did, the fact that I just came on this podcast and said, I actually lied to them. I talked absolute shit so they could play well. It was worth a buck. Good on them. They killed it. They did very well in that game. Very proud of them.
That's hilarious.
You did contract his Pokemon boxes. I have a coach that works for Serie A boxes. Oh, there you go. He works for Serie A boxes. That's very funny. What else we got here? New Merlin soccer coming out in December. I need that Merlin. There's Manny. Very nice. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the show. Like we said, we're going to be a card con. Source is going to actually be pushing double coverage breaks a bit at the show. We've still got 2 breaks up on the thing at the moment on the page, and we're going to actually catch up tomorrow. So we'll get together and we're going to sort out a bit of a stock list as well, where there's products outside of the breaks where we could have them available for personal purchases as well. And we're going to start trying to get people some boxes if they're looking for them also. What else? Phantasmal Flames is next Friday. So we'll pump that up a bit next week on the show. What else? We got Source. We're going to try and get some AFL Eminence boxes, as you mentioned, and try and break those.
Correct. I'm still sorry. I'm looking at these PDC boxes. Bloody hell, Vinny, what have you done, man? Like now I want to buy one. But I'm shattered I missed out from Panini because I think from Panini they were only about $300. But I think now on the secondary market they're about 500 or 600. I think they're double in price.
But yeah, that's it from us. Nothing else. I've got a new Pokemon series that I'm going to put on our socials.
Yes.
Hopefully
look out for
tomorrow.
that.
I've got some stuff to do behind that. I've already started doing some stuff. Saucy's bailed out. That's how well we're going on this podcast at the moment. He's back. All right.
Yeah.
On that note, keep living,
Hang on.
loving, and
To end the
what do
show.
you got?
To end the
Oh,
show.
what do you
To
got?
end
Oh,
the
you got a
show.
pack.
I've got a pack.
Booted him.
Hang on. Wait.
All right. What do you got? What do you got?
How do I put myself big? How do I do that?
It's this one here, mate. No, not this one.
You pressed the one on that one. I wanted the one. All right, so I went into Target and I went past and they had some Donruss Optic, the Panini 24-25. I thought, stuff it. I'll buy a couple of packs. Probably going to hit absolutely nothing and should have definitely saved my money, but I can't help myself. Wemby.
Oh, Wembenyama. That's
Too bad it's not a rookie.
That's his rookie.
Oh, what's this? Rated rookie. Adem Bono. I don't know who the hell that is. Oh, no. And then 2 absolute Spide base cards. But it feels good to open Donruss Optic. The card stock's so nice. So nice, the card stock, Donruss Optic. It was one of the first sets that I ripped when I came into the hobby. And I've hit a rated rookie. It's purple, non-numbered.
Has your video been put on our channel? Your PSA reveal?
No. I forgot to put that on, ladies and gentlemen. So I will have a PSA reveal. I've got it scheduled to release Friday morning.
It is so funny.
Just wait for that. That's going to be fun.
We actually filmed it together. Just as a bit of an insight, it was after our breaks last week. We filmed it together, and just the carry on. I've never laughed so much in my life. Saucy and I were just carrying on like absolute idiots. So, it was very funny. Vinny says he's asked his local but can't get any. Of the PDC. Is it the PDC?
Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll have a look around, Vinny. I'll see what there is. Now you've put me on a mission. I'll see. Obviously, I think it's secondary market. I'm actually shattered that if I knew the release and the fact that I can see here, I can't open the link, because when I try to open the link, it says nothing's there. So Panini's taken the page down, but I can see in the Google search that the page was on the Panini UK website for 155 British pounds, which, what's that? 310 Australian dollars. So it's about double. But now the boxes, and on certain card shops, there's a card shop called Big Cards in Europe, and they're selling the boxes for €300. So, I think, most likely the boxes are going to probably be around $400 or $500 reality, but I'll see who I can get one. We'll see.
Any fingerprints in this release, says Vinny.
Oh,
Vinny said if he comes across anything, he'll let you know.
I hope not.
Saucy.
Yeah, let me know, Vinny. I wouldn't mind getting a box and maybe ripping it. I'm shattered. Nice. I've been following the Luke Littler cards, but they're so expensive. The one that I want to buy is about $1,500, and I'm just like, I like Lukey Littler. I do, but I don't know if I want to buy a $1,500 order. I'm hoping that I don't care if it's not his rookie auto. At least if he has out more autos in this set and not his rookies, maybe they'll be a bit cheaper, and maybe I can just pick up a cheaper auto that's he's not rookie. But yeah. Anyway, it's enough rambling. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. On that note, keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm done with the Grand Man Souls, the double coverage. Till next week, peace out.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double curve.